the three scenarios after the criminal prosecution of former President Trump, and what about the 2024 election? Can the presidential candidacy be affected? The criminal charges filed Thursday against former U.S. President Donald Trump by New York District Attorney's Office, something unprecedented in the country, open a major legal chapter. What happened yesterday? In 2028, New York Justice launched an investigation into the payment of $130,000 to porn star film actress Stormy Daniels shortly before Trump's election in the U.S. presidency in order not to reveal their relationship. The amount was not reported on the Republican campaign accounts in violation of election law and was recorded as legal fees, quote unquote, in the accounts of his company, which is based in New York. In January, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg sent the case over to the jury, and after jurors heard testimony from several witnesses, they called Trump to testify in mid-March. The former president refused and called on his supporters to demonstrate against his impending quote-unquote arrest. Yesterday, the jury convened again at 2 o'clock local time, and in the presence of three prosecutors in charge of the case, after 3 hours of closed-door discussions, they adopted the indictment drawn up against Trump. The charges against the former president have not been disclosed. What will happen in the next few days, though? Prosecutors contacted Trump's lawyers last night to set a date for him to appear before a New York court to be formally informed of the indictment against him. If he refuses, he may be arrested. In this case, it should be extradited from the state of Florida, where he lives, back to New York. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has already said on Twitter that he would not be particularly cooperative, even though the Constitution bars him from opposing Trump's extradition from Florida to New York. According to American media, the former president has agreed to appear before the justice in New York, possibly early next week. Carl Tobias, law professor at University of Richmond, Virginia, said he will be photographed, he will be fingerprinted, and appear before a judge who will ask him whether he pleads guilty or not guilty. He will almost certainly plead not guilty, Tobias said. And after that, it's possible that Trump's lawyers will begin an effort to have the indictment against him dismissed. If they fail, there are three scenarios. 1, charges may be withdrawn. This happens often, and it's often associated with the assumption of duties by a new prosecutor, but that's unlikely to happen in Trump's case given the uproar surrounding it. 2, the accused can come to the agreement where the prosecutors agree to plead guilty and receive a lower sentence. That's even less likely since Trump keeps repeating that he's not done anything wrong. And 3, the trial continues, but before it takes place, there are various procedures that must be completed. Trump's lawyers are likely to use all means to delay the start of the trial. Does it affect his candidacy? In no case. In the U.S., a defendant or a convicted person can be elected to any position. The Constitution provides for one exception only, for those who have participated in rebellion or a stance against the country. This I translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.